This potato recipe is quick and tasty. Hey y'all, and welcome back to the kitchen. In today's video, I'm going to be making a lemon and butter potato dish. It don't call for onions, but in my recipe, I'm going to add onions to mine. You don't have to add them if you don't like them, but it's called a lemon butter potato dish. And I'm going to be using this old cookbook. This was Travis's mama's cookbook. They got it back when they lived in Tennessee at Cheatham County. It's the old edition of Betty Crocker. I'll have to look up the year and tell y'all when it was made. I hadn't looked that up yet. 1976. Old vintage cookbook. And you might like some of the recipes. I'm going to start sharing a few recipes out of this older cookbook and try to use them today, and it'll help you save money because these recipes do not call for a lot of weird ingredients that you have to go out and buy. It's back to the basics of cooking. Easy cooking of Betty Crocker. So let's get started on these lemon butter potatoes. It calls for new potatoes. But in today's recipe, I'm just going to use what I have and not have to spend no extra money. So let's give it a try. Okay, here's a look at what you're going to need for your lemon butter potatoes. You're going to need your butter, lemon juice, your potatoes. I'm going to add onions to mine, black pepper, salt, garlic, and I'm adding that myself too. And then it calls for 2 teaspoons of chives, half a teaspoon of lemon zest, and it calls for a dash of nutmeg. Now I don't do much cooking with nutmeg, but I'm going to give it a try and see how these turn out. Let's get started. The first thing it says we've got to do is get our potatoes cooked, and we're going to get them fork tender. I've had my potatoes soaking in some water so they don't turn the brownish yellow tint. They will turn if you don't keep them in water. So we've got them cut up and we've had them soaking in the water, so I'm just going to use that water to boil them in and get them fork tender. Okay, while our potatoes are boiling, getting tender, I'm going to go ahead and start adding my butter. I'm going to add around a tablespoon right now and let that start melting down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead now and add my onions to that butter. I'm going to add just a little dash of salt so they'll start cooking down better. And you want to just let these get a little caramelized and some color to them. Now, if you don't like the onions, you can stick directly to that recipe. Thought it'd be good to try to add some onions in it. Okay, I've got them about as brown as I want to get them, so now I'm going to go ahead and add the other part of my butter, and all together I'm adding 4 tablespoons. Oh, that's smelling good. All right, we got our potatoes over here, and it ain't going to take them but just a minute to get fork tender, because I got them up on high. Okay, now to our onions, we're going to go ahead and add our seasonings. Our lemon juice. And our lemon zest and our chives. And now we're going to add just a dash of this. Not much. but it says a dash, so I'm going to try it, of nutmeg. But y'all don't tell Travis. But we're going to give it a try and see how they turn out, because that's what the recipe calls for. Smells good. Okay, I've got my potatoes fork tender. It only took around 10 minutes. And now we're going to drain them. And now that we've drained our potatoes, we're going to take our lemon butter mixture we made and we're going to pour it over the top of our potatoes. Okay, now that we drained our potatoes, we put them down in our iron skillet and coated them good with our butter and lemon sauce. And that's what they look like, y'all. We're going to put a few little more chives on top just to make them pretty. But that recipe right there, y'all, came out of the Betty Crocker cookbook. Looks good, don't it? If y'all try this vintage recipe out of the Betty Crocker cookbook, let us know down below what you think of it. We'll be sharing a few more recipes out of her cookbook. It's easy and simple, and you don't have to go out and buy all those weird ingredients that some recipes call for. It's just cooking back to the basics, using what you have. Okay, y'all, I hope you like our recipe out of our Betty Crocker cookbook. And if you do, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. If y'all try this